Let's study together for the SPI for 5 minutes. Let's go. Which intensity descriptor has the lowest numerical value for the characterization of a pulse wave ultrasound field? SATA. What sono application has the lowest FDA-approved SPTA values? Ophthalmic. What does the mechanical index indicate on an ultrasound system? The likelihood of cavitation during an exam. Which of the following would show the highest intensity value? SPTP. A nosocomial infection is defined as one that is hospital acquired. When scanning with pulse wave Doppler, you would affect the acoustic exposure by changing PRF. A study designed to determine if there is an association between an adverse effect in a population and exposure to a particular agent is an epidemiological study. Which of the following would most likely have the highest SPTA value? Pulse wave Doppler. Which of the following parameters would increase acoustic exposure? Increase transmit power. In medicine, what does PHI stand for? Protected Health Info. Any increase in temp would be greatest in bone. What should you limit when the thermal index exceeds 1? The exposure time. Using a hydrophone, what can you measure? Pressure, amplitude, and duty factor. The motion of particles in fluid is sometimes observed in an intense ultrasound beam. What is this termed? Acoustic streaming. To minimize risk to the fetus, what imaging mode trade-off would be most applicable? Use M-mode instead of pulse wave Doppler. Which intensity parameter is not applicable for continuous wave ultrasound? SPPA and SAPA. You're performing an ultrasound and notice the TI reads 1. What does this indicate? The output level is high enough that the temp could increase by 1 degree Celsius. Thermally induced bioeffects should be preventable by avoiding a local temp increase exceeding 1 degree Celsius. The thermal index indicates the estimated temperature increase in tissues. According to Snell's law, the angle of transmission is related to the incident beam angle and the relative velocities of sound in the two media. Snell's law describes the angle of sound transmission at an interference between media having two different propagation speeds. Acoustic impedance increases with what? Increased tissue density and increased propagation speed. What would increase the spatial pulse length? Increasing the number of cycles per pulse. While performing an ultrasound, what will produce the weakest reflected signal? Organ parenchyma to organ parenchyma. When you change the transmit frequency, what is altered? The number of cycles per second. What determines acoustic impedance? Density and propagation speed of the medium. Another term for non-specular reflection is scattering. For pulsed ultrasound, which of the following factors determine the frequency of a sound wave? Transmitter frequency. Doppler pulses used for diagnostic ultrasound are typically 5 to 30 cycles long. The length of space over which one cycle occurs is the wavelength. Interference patterns are reflected waves called acoustic speckle. Good job. Let's pick it back up and study some more later. Thanks for studying with me, and good luck on your SPI test. I take mine soon.